All right, well, here's the goods of this course. On day 1, we've got up to 1,000 calories, but you can go up to 1,100. You can choose to have your dinner at lunchtime and just have a salad for your dinner, which is typically our lunch. You can mix the food meals around, but all I want you to do is make sure that you get all of these calories in and these nutrients in every single day. If you think, I have to take a multivitamin because I need to top up my vitamins, I want you to know that not only are you getting about 25 grams of fiber every single day of this fast, but that is what, for example, the American Heart Association recommends that everybody eat every single day, at least 25 grams of fiber. Now, the health people will say, actually, we need much more fiber than that. Fiber is a magical component of our food plan. All whole plants have fiber. Now, I'm not gonna go into a diatribe about fiber. Just read Fiber Fueled by Will Bolshewitz, and it's gonna blow your mind. But just know that along with the fiber, along with this variety of plants, a variety of nutrients, you're getting sufficient enough carbohydrates, protein, and lots of fat, lots of healthy fat. You're also getting a ton of micronutrients, your vitamins and your minerals. You're also getting thousands of phytonutrients that are present in every single whole plant. So know that even though we are diminishing our calories greatly this week, or whatever week that you're going into a fast, know that you are still being nourished by thousands of nutrients. And those thousands of nutrients are having a chemical reaction with every single cell in your body. So know that a lot is going on, a lot of nourishing is going on, even though we are gonna be potentially hangry for a few days, okay? So day 1, 1,000 calories on our menu. Days 2 to 5, it's essentially the same menu, but of course the macros change according to the FMD, and that's what I've really focused on. The macros are tight. And so if you take all of these things, you punch it into Cronometer, which I highly recommend you learn how to do, and just use it. It's a free tool. You punch it all in, and you will see the macronutrient breakdown to be exact. Now, if it is not exact, that just means that Cronometer has updated their database. And so every once in a while they will do that, but it's okay because those tiny little changes are negligible. And I guarantee that you will still get into a fasting state if you follow this protocol. And I probably can't guarantee it, but let's just say I'm very confident that you will still get into a fasting state. Now on page 12, you'll have your groceries. Load up on the sparkling waters, load up on the herbal teas, make sure your avocado is ripe when you start your fast, so you might have to buy it a few days prior to day 1. I want you to do a body scan. So a body scan you can do going into your fast. So you're kind of like creating a little baseline of how your body feels. If you get regular aches and pains, I want you to rate them because as you go into a fasting state, they might increase in severity, but they might dramatically decrease as well. So I want you to test yourself and test your body. You might love this experience. You might use this guide to take yourself into a fast again and again and again. Maybe you're going to get into that stage where you're like a healthy average person, according to Dr. Longo, and you're going to follow this twice a year for longevity purposes. Wonderful. I still want you to track your progress because your body is constantly changing. You are constantly changing. And to see things continuously improve more and more and more, and pain lessen and lessen and lessen is so satisfying. And oftentimes we humans forget so easily, okay? So you're going to normalize that feeling good state. And then you might get a little too relaxed. You might get into a little bit more of your bad habits, and then you might just end up where you started, and that sucks. So the reason why I love doing a body scan is for mindfulness purposes and to remind myself, because of course I too forget. And so when we can see that transition from crappy to feeling amazing, from all these aches and pains to not having those aches and pains and having a clear body scan, isn't this what it's all about? All right, so starting on page 17, we are going to see exactly how you can develop your own DIY menu. So the biggest thing again that I do is I follow the macronutrient breakdown. Interestingly though, in Dr. Walter Longo's book, The Longevity Diet, on page 114, he actually has instructions on how to do a DIY. He has like preparation for at least 1 week before the FMD. We recommend following the longevity diet. That means eating an abundance of plant food. If you eat a lot of meat, for example, and you don't get a lot of plants, and you follow our plan, your gut is going to be going through a hell of a time because you might get bloated, you might get gassy, it'll be uncomfortable. You're layering on more challenges than other people who are used to eating a lot of plants because our gut microflora is used to eating all of the good things that the plants offer us. We want to make sure that we are going into this fast in the healthiest way possible. Your physical body will do better if you enter into the fast in a healthy way. So about a week, minimum 3 days. Okay, so in his book on page 114, He says that on day 1, 1100 calories, days 2 to 5, 800 calories. So he'll say 500 calories from complex carbs, a variety of vegetables, 500 calories from healthy fats, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. This is supposed to be very low protein and very low sugar. You will see the exact breakdown in macronutrients for all of the days. So it's a little easier, actually no, it is a lot easier to use cronometer or something similar and work with the grams as opposed to total calories or percentage. So things that are published online are written in percentage form or in his book in the total calories form. If we want to get accurate, we want to look at the grams of the food. So that's what you're going to use in cronometer to figure out and adjust the menu according to your taste buds. In the whole plant food world, it's really nuts, seeds, and olive oil, which is not a whole plant, but let's just say those are very high in fat. When we think of like beans, lentils, and legumes, tofu, those are things that are very high in protein in the plant world. So we're going very low protein. So if you include those items in your menu, you're gonna not include a ton of them. So it might literally look like 3 beans on a given meal. So to start, you could just take our menu, copy that, punch it into cronometer, and start from there. Or just start from scratch. Whatever menu you're following, whether it's ours to a T or if you've built your own, I want you to notate where you may have gone a little over or a little under. So for example, let's say on this day, you've done your body scan, all is good, and right here, I put B for breakfast and I put minus 42 grams avo. So I went under 42 grams of avocado on my breakfast plate. That is just to remind myself throughout the day, I can add in another 42 grams of avocado. Woohoo! It's just gonna help you keep on track. Makes sense, right? So just make sure that you're taking copious amounts of notes. Write everything down. Don't rely on your memory, especially when you're in the fasting state. I know I'm making it sound really scary. It's not that bad, but just do yourself a favor and use your external brain. This is our external brain.